Sometimes we dream of a family where only people whom we like, of our kind, of our age, and those whom we like only to be in the family. Unfortunately, families are not of the same kind, all of them. They are all different types, different age, different gender. Family consists of that. Sometimes we also feel in communities, religious communities, we wish if all were of same language, same state, same region, same caste, same age group. We think that community will be a happy community. But our communities are not that type, religious communities. There are people from all languages, all colors, all ages, all temperaments, and all shapes and sizes. They come in all kinds. That is how families, societies, communities are made up of. And when we think of St. Joachim and St. Anne today, it is a family of intergeneration. That is what we need to think. What is the purpose of intergenerational family? Intergenerational families, various generations in the family. Most of our families, especially in India, they are all intergenerational family, or what we call in Indian language, joint family. All kinds of people inside. And people of all ages live together. Unlike the West, many of us do not send our elderly people to old age home. We consider that is little immoral act. So many of the families do keep elderly people and take care of them. But now that trend is changing very soon. Children are no more interested in looking after their parents, elderly parents or elderly grandparents even, and if they can afford to, they are sent to the old age home. And that's what happens. People have money. There is one sister sitting here, they have got an old age home, and some of them may be having their children, but they don't want to look after. So this is the situation now, trend in the society, etc. Now, intergenerational families have a lot we need to learn from. What is it? 3 things we need to learn. First thing is listening from each other and learning from each other. Children will have to learn from the elderly people. Younger generation will have to learn from the adults and parents and grandparents. And grandparents and parents and adults will have to learn from the children too. And also they need to listen to each other. So this learning and listening, very important element in every family. If that does not take place, there is no proper family. And this is what family of Nazareth or family of Jesus did. We read about Jesus' life and end the early childhood of Jesus in the Luke's Gospel with a statement. The child grew in wisdom and knowledge and fear of the Lord. That's all. Then we see him later stage of his life. So the child grew in wisdom and knowledge and fear of the Lord. Where did the child grow? In the family. Learning about faith, etc. Pope Francis used to say grandparents have to play a very important role teaching the children about faith, rudiments of faith. And the faith formation takes place first in the family, not in a parish church, not in a school. It begins in the family. Jesus' faith began in the family. Faith formation began in the family. And grandparents played an important role. Intergenerational family, always we learn from each other. So this is how tradition is passed on, faith is passed on, by listening and learning. This is the first important element in the family. Second important element is loving. Loving means what? To accept people as they are. Because they are all different kinds and different temperaments. All may not behave exactly as you expect in a family. Different people, different moods. So our job is to accept them as they are, love them as they are. Children need to love them. And we are angels by loving and accept them as they are. Pope Francis says, today elderly people in the family wait for a loving presence of people Who are these loving presence? They wait for angels' visit. These angels are not from heaven. They are with us. Each one of us can be an angel to the elderly people. That's how we express our love. Today with lots of technology, we can be connected in many ways. Unfortunately, with the quarantine and pandemic, sometimes we are not able to physically be near. But in families, we can always be physically near and physically being present to each other. Third thing is to live together. Live together. Sometimes we may be living under the same roof, physically may be living together, but our minds may be far from each other. That happens. Families or communities, etc. Sometimes we don't even say a word to people in the families for days and weeks and months, though we live under the same roof. So living means living together and seeing each other and communicating with each other. And this is family, intergenerational family. So when we think of Joachim and Anne, the grandparents, I'm sure they had the fortune or the grace or blessing to see Jesus alive. That's what we heard in the gospel. Blessed are the eyes who could see. Many wanted to see, but they could not see. Blessed are the ears that could hear. Fortunately, these grandparents, we believe, had the privilege to see and hear Jesus as a small kid. So, this living together, seeing, hearing, learning, loving and living is part of any life. Pope Francis, in a writing document he wrote about ecology and environment, Laudato Si, he says one particular sentence more than a dozen times repeated in that book. What is that sentence? He says everything is connected. This sentence, if you look into that document, it will be repeated several times in various places. Everything is connected. What is the meaning everything is connected? The nature is connected to us. People are connected to us. The air that we breathe connected to us. We need to be connected. If we are not connected, we will not be living a proper life, a meaningful life. And in fact, we need to be connected and dependent. Sometimes we behave as people who are not connected. We think that we can manage ourselves, we can live in our world, and we disconnect from mind and heart. That's more painful than disconnecting physically. So, let us learn from the grandparents' day and the grandparents, Saint Anne and Joachim. Let us try to listen to each other, learn from each other, and try to live together and love and accept each other.